can't believe Tempus thinks the Earth is flat.
Listen, right? Okay. How else are they going to stay on the turtle otherwise? So.
And there is the reasoning. Anyway, a solid 9 dicks out of 10. Hello, everybody! All 3 of us are back this week. Welcome to the end.
From the abyss.
Thank you for bringing me back, Ben. I appreciated it. It was quite scary in there. There were things that I can't even describe or want to talk about.
Sorry.
Thankfully, she brought me back just before I started my new job as well, so that was a plus. Yes, welcome to the Unnamed Game podcast. Joined by myself this week. You may have forgotten my face, and I don't blame you because A, I'm never on, and B, I have dyed my hair a different colour again. So, but we are joined by the ever wonderful Tempusbe and Bendy Ben.
Hello.
I am also different coloured hair.
Yeah.
I am Bendy of the House Bens, mother of ferrets, player of games, an admiral to the idiots. Yeah, I went silver. It was an accident. I'm a Targaryen now.
I was going to say, are we also putting incest in there somewhere? Because it's the thing that they do.
Someone at work said it to me, and I was like, "Are you saying I'm inbred?" Shut them up for a bit.
I mean, you are from where you are, so.
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is starting.
sorry, y'all.
Not going to tell everybody where Bendy is, but we know, and yeah, we judge.
It's in the southeast of England.
Yeah, it's a very specific place as well. It's not Surrey.
Snobs over there.
Yeah, well, it could be worse. You could be from Essex.
Shut up. I mean,
So-
anonymous.
We were supposed to start this on the rails, but that didn't happen, did it? So, welcome to the Online Gaming Podcast, everybody.
It's never on the rails. The rails got broken.
Back on the rails.
Never.
How are we
New
both
rails not
doing
going.
today? How are we doing?
Thumbs up.
Yeah,
Double thumbs up from
up.
Temp. 1 thumb up
Teas up.
from... she's got tea, so, you know,
Camera,
she
what
gets
are
it.
you doing?
Everybody's camera's got 1 good. It's fine. So, yeah, let's go into what we've been playing. Why are we pointing at Bendy?
Oh, I was pointing at you. That's where you are on mine.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, I don't know what's happening anymore because the screen that I'm looking at is different from the screen that's recording, so that's great. Bendy, what have we been playing this week?
So, it's been a long time since we had like a normal episode of this.
Nothing and everything all at
So-
once.
I am very glad to say that I've actually played some stuff. Played some things.
Played some
Over the
things.
last couple of weeks. I had to write them down because my memory is a sieve. So I'll start with Fallout 76. Been playing that every week. Still going on, still happening. It's not going to change for a while. Haven't played any of the new expansion of the Pit, but I'm excited to jump into that because the Pit was a very good Fallout 3 DLC, so I will look forward to playing that. I can't believe we've have not had an episode since Cult of Lamb was released.
Have we not?
Nope, we've not discussed Cult of Lamb on this podcast yet. Nothing else to really say about it except it was great and I loved it. And
Yeah, it was very good.
It's very, very good. And just some like little things that I've been playing. I jumped back into Assassin's Creed Odyssey because also we haven't spoken about the releases of what's coming up with Assassin's Creed. So I thought I would try and complete Odyssey to then go on to complete Valhalla to then, you know, lead into Mirage when that comes out. My God.
Yeah, you're gonna be there for a while.
It's such a fucking grind. Like,
There's so much.
I will be very like, I loved Origins. Like, I thought it was a nice departure from Assassin's Creed, and I like the Assassin's Creed original Assassin's Creed makeup anyway. I thought Origins was a nice departure. I enjoyed playing that. I don't know if I've got time for the grind. If they're changing back to that sort of like linear story in Mirage, I might give the other ones a miss and just start with Mirage and not know who that guy is that apparently is in Valhalla. But who cares?
Watch a YouTube video.
Yeah, Google it. But I'll try and play. I'll try and see if I can finish that. But I have doubts. I started playing A Plague's Tale.
Oh.
And then it got taken away from Game Pass, and I didn't complete it. So I guess A Plague's Tale Requiem without completing A Plague's Tale, possibly. Played a little bit of 2 Point Campus. Didn't grab me as much as 2 Point Hospital, but I want to get back into it and try it again. I played a lot of Power Wash Simulator. Just because I could play it on my laptop, and yeah, that was a fun good time.
Yeah, it's fun. It's satisfying, right? It's like really satisfying. Have you tried drawing a dick on the side of a building?
That's the first thing I did when I opened up for the first mission, which is the van.
Isn't that the tutorial?
On the top of it, the tutorial, on the top of that van,
there is dick. 100%. You have to. Right, okay, I'm already putting out to the audience. We want to see your dick pics from Power Wash Simulator. When you draw a dick in Power Wash Simulator, send it to us. Put us as a tag on Twitter. We want to see these dick pics.
Please.
On Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah, if you just tag us in a picture of your dick, I'm reporting you. We want them specifically in Power Wash Simulator.
I'll start the thread. I'll go back in there and I'll draw my dick. We're fine. And then I got 2 more to talk about, which I'll go into. Well, one of them I'll go into in more detail. 2, I found an achievement grinder. So when I need achievements to get rewards on Xbox, started playing Donut County.
Okay.
Really like it. It's really cute. And it's easy to get like 3 achievements in 20 minutes. So sometimes when I just don't have the time to get achievements, I'm talking to you, Master of Chiefs.
Jesus.
You've blessed me with donut counters. And then the last game that I want to talk about, the timed exclusive for Deathloop.
Oh, yeah.
Expired, and it is now on Game Pass. And there was recently a little bit of news that Arcane has confirmed Deathloop is in the same universe as Dishonored.
Oh.
It's obvious because it's Arcane, and it's that kind of style of game. That game is so good. Like, the looping mechanic is really interesting. Like, the first couple of loops you will do, you will lose everything.
Yeah.
Because you're learning how to do it, and then you have to do your targets, and then they give you extra stuff, and then there's a certain target you do that gives you the ability to be able to keep your slabs, I think they're called, which is what you gain from killing targets through the next loop. So it makes it easier every time when you go through another loop to then defeat, and then you have to defeat all 8 targets in one day to break the loop. But it's not just like a die loop like Hades. It's like you have to think about, okay, where am I going to start? Who am I going to start with? Am I going to start with this person who I know is around in the morning and I can kill them in this way? but then that affects the way that I have to kill somebody else later, who is in the afternoon, and I know they're in this place in the afternoon, but I can only go to one place at each time. So you have to plan out your run to then try and everybody, and you have to get like all of the information. So you have to loot a load of times in a load of different places. It's not a chore because every time you go to a place, even though you've been there and you've been there, it might be a different time of day, and you might find something new, which then leads to, right, oh, this is going to be an easier way to kill Wenji when I get round to her. And I know if I go around this area, I can do a load of residuum, and that means I've got more powerful stuff to then try that loop again. And I just like the way Arcane like make their games, to be honest. I didn't know if I would like that looping mechanic, but it is really good. And also then you got the challenge of just randomly Juliana, who is just a random another person who's trying to stop you from breaking the loop, will just come in, and she's like badass and she will try and kill you. I have been too scared to turn it on online, so it is just an AI Juliana, because I will get killed if I try and go online as a Juliana, and because I don't want to be invaded by a human because I'm bad at video games. So
yeah, like my partner, my husband played Deathloop. He loved it. This was obviously when it first came out, and he said the hardest part of the game was when you turn the human being for Juliana on, and these people were baying for blood. They wanted to kill you. They were coming for you.
My friend was just like, I could raid your game as Juliana if you wanted, and I could just kill everyone for you. I was like, oh, cheers, mate. Thanks. And then I'll let you kill me so you can get my my residuum and my slab and stuff. I was like, oh, Harry, thanks.
Yeah, but then you'd go on then, he'd come in the game and go, loser,
shoot
bang.
in the fucking face.
That'll teach you for trusting me.
You're an inevitable betrayal.
Because you're a sudden but inevitable betrayal.
I should have seen this coming.
But I am very much enjoying it, and I highly recommend. And the fact it's on Game Pass as well is brilliant. I got a lot of love for Arcane. It makes some of my favorite games, so I didn't think I would like it because of just the way it was described, but I'm actually enjoying like unpicking new stuff every time I just try and do a run, and now I can like know where to get people, know to get certain slabs, and know where to get certain powers and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and then go through all the collectibles, and then hopefully try and kill everybody. And also the character of Colt, I really like the way he's written, and the voice acting is excellent for both him and Juliana. Their quips between each other, like through every loop, is always nice to hear. So yeah, good job, that guy whose name I can't remember. Sorry. It's me. I played a lot of games in the last 8 weeks or whatever.
It's amazing. If you give us a month and a half, 2 months, we will play games.
Don't expect it ever again. It will just be Deathloop and Fallout 76 for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
It's like complete Deathloop, and then the odd donut county because I fucking love raccoons. So.
Okay, that's it. That's Bendy. That's Bendy. She's been going for a good 10 minutes. So I'm joking. Tempus, come on. You're usually good for a few games.
I mean, I've got a few since, Bendy said it's been a while.
It's been a while.
I want to see how many Tempus and I sync up on now.
Okay, cool. So, Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's really good.
I smashed it out in about 4 days.
I am still nowhere near that, but
constantly on it. I mean, I haven't played it in maybe about nearly 2 weeks now because I've run out of stuff to do. And it's like I was literally going on for an hour doing my morning ritual and then leaving it, and I was just like, you know what, I might as well just wait until they release some new stuff.
And there is new stuff coming for it, everyone. They're Disney, they can afford it.
Planned for this year at least.
Yeah.
So. But that is very good. It's like Animal Crossing with all the things you want in Animal Crossing, like to streamline the game.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, thank you. So if you like that kind of thing, definitely try it. It is on Game Pass.
Yes.
So
it's the early access, I think, on Game Pass, though, isn't it? Yeah.
It's early access, yeah.
What's this? Install 2? Phone? Doing it. Done.
Do it. You'll love it.
Yeah, you will.
You'll be lost. You will be talking about that next week. Let's see. I don't think I've mentioned it, but I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima.
I have that on the PlayStation. Andy's played it, but I'm not convinced I'd like it.
See, I didn't know if it would be my kind of thing, but honestly, I'm really enjoying it. I like the mechanics, like you can go up to battlements and stuff, and you can literally challenge people, and you'll have like a standoff, and then like when they go to attack, you press the button.
Yeah,
that's really cool. I like.
Is that the one? Is that the Souls-like one, or is that the other one that's like?
No, Sekiro's the.
Sekiro's, yeah.
Yeah, no.
This is more like Witcher-esque, but in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably liken it more to probably the newer Assassin's Creeds, with like just the way it's kind of more. I mean, I guess they're both the same kind of thing, aren't they? But like, there's not as much parkour or anything. But I mean, it's a beautiful game, very beautiful game. And I love the fact that the wind blows in the direction you need to travel.
Yes, that was a very good touch. Well done to the game designer for that.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And
it's PlayStation exclusive, right? Because it's shooting.
Yes.
Yep.
So as far as I know, I don't know if it's on PC just yet, but
I don't recall it being on PC.
No, but like it's not. Again, like I play a lot of these games that I probably wouldn't have played, but when they go on the PlayStation Plus thing or the Game Pass, I'll always probably download and give them a go. But it's been a few weeks because I was playing it on stream and I haven't been streaming very much recently, so I need to get back into that and get back on the game. Let's see. I started playing Valorant.
Yes, because we were playing together.
I really like Valorant, to be fair. For someone that's not a big mouse and keyboard player, as a shooter, it's not like overly fast paced, and like because I sometimes panic with like my button placement, like my hand placement on my keyboard, and I will sometimes put it in the wrong place, and I think I'll be walking and then I'll throw a bomb.
Hard same, Tempus. Hard same.
But no, I really like the aspect of it. The characters were cool. I mean, you can't say unique because there's a lot that you could you've pretty much taken a lot from some of the Overwatch characters that are out there. But that's just the thing is, it's hard to have unique characters and unique ideas these days.
Yeah,
things have been going for so long.
Especially for multiplayer games like that, it's just because you have to balance stuff in a certain way, so it all ends up a certain way. So, yes, I also played that. I did enjoy it until I had my ears blown out. It gave me tinnitus for a good hour the last time I played it, which is why I have not gone back to play it. Everything has a really overbearing, like an oversensing, like noise to it. So if you've got like really sensitive hearing type things, maybe just turn the sound off. You probably die a lot, but you're fine.
Tinnitus, you cruel bitch!
I haven't played that in like well over a week now. Because
can't imagine why.
Oh, I wonder why.
I have been playing. Oh, actually, I want to end with that because I want to talk a lot about it. But you know where it's going.
We all know where that's going.
We played Saturday night. What the dub?
Yes.
It's like a Jackbox party game, right? They give you a short clip from like an old black and white film, and they will blank out a line. And then everyone has to type their own line in it, and then it'll play everyone's version of it. And it'll have like like the Alexa voiceover, and some of the stuff we come up with was not repeatable.
Oh yes, I do hope you've deleted that VOD.
Nah, I don't believe it.
Some people will wish that you did, considering some of the shit that they came out with.
I know. I was a little bit like, but you know,
it's fine. You have to scrub through to find it. People will get bored by that point.
But it's a very good game. It's like 6 players, but then you can have loads of people in the audience.
Yeah.
Well, so
it's funny. There were many moments we were in tears laughing.
Yes. I think I stopped breathing at one point. Then literally, it's a game I've liked the look of for ages. I've never picked it up. I've wanted to for a long time. I've watched several of our friends play them on their YouTube channels, and it went on sale at half price, down to £5.49. So I bought The Infected.
Oh God, Grosjean! Why did you give in to Grosjean?
I didn't give in to Grosjean. I liked it before Grosjean played it. I mean, he messaged me, but I'd already bought it because they emailed me telling me it was Steam emailed me. They were like, "Hey, this game you like, it's like half price. Do you know that?" I was like, "I do now."
Spend money.
Yeah, but I've put a few hours into it. I've started recording my own series, so that started today on
Very good.
YouTube.
First one's gone up on YouTube. Go and subscribe to Tempus's YouTube.
Yes, subscribe to Tempus's YouTube now.
But I've been doing a lot of shorts on YouTube. They've been quite fun. And yes, but now the thing that I'm addicted to, and I will be for the foreseeable future, is Overwatch 2. So that
a W. Terrible.
Yeah, W.
See, I've just got one hand, so this one's.
But yeah, so that's now my life. The well, that's the screenshot for the beginning of the episode, isn't it?
Tell us about Overwatch 2, Tempe.
I fucking love it. I was a little worried because I played the beta, and I can't say I honestly enjoyed the beta, but because it was on PC, and it was just hard to get to grips because they take away your aim assist if you're on controller. Yeah, I know, it's weird. So like, if you join up with PC players, they say it's only fair, and I'm like, are you sure about that? Because I can't shoot anyone at the minute. It's not only fair.
It's fair. Jesus Christ. It is. Your aim assist is so ridiculous. Like, I literally, when you watch, we have this in Destiny 2, where the aim assist is not taken away from people with controllers, and they put them in the same lobby, and you can see on videos people's fucking cursors literally going doink, and it's like, wow, that's really unhelpful. Thanks.
Nah, neither. No, I mean, the thing is, as soon as you join up with other people, because it's crossplay as well.
Yeah.
But as soon as you join up with people playing on PC, it takes away your aim assist again. So it's been a little. Sometimes I felt a little bit like, oh, because I just feel like I can't do anything in a game, and I haven't got the time or patience to learn Overwatch on the mouse and keyboard, because I want to enjoy it now. But like, it feels really good. It feels really, really smooth. I mean, the launch was an absolute shit show. Absolute shit show. People were in like 40,000 people queues. Sometimes they were resetting when you were like 2 or 3 away from entering the game, like reset your queue. A lot of people's accounts haven't merged properly. There's been so many glitches in it. Like my time played, because it's merged all of my accounts. My time play keeps dropping. So it was like over 1,000 hours, and I'm now down to like 500 and something. It's just there's something going on where the merge hasn't hit properly. So I'm hoping that's just going to eventually sort itself out. I mean, it's fine. I've got my golden guns. That's all I care about. But sometimes it does feel very much like you're in a game. You just can't do anything. You just die. The other team just ruin you. Tanks feel hard, so hard to kill at times as well. But I'm never gonna not enjoy it. I mean, the thing is, I will admit I enjoy it more when I'm just playing on console. We have had some good games when I play with like on the PC pool, but you can just tell sometimes that it's hard work because I just can't get the aim going.
I mean,
the controller's just not fast enough. That's the problem. I don't want to muck around with my sensitivity. No, I don't want to muck around with my sensitivity because that means I have to move it again when I go back onto console.
You knew what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I mean, there is another reason it could just be shit when you're playing with PC players, and that's because you're playing with a particular PC player who thinks that their healer should just dive in. Something about breaking emergency glass for an emergency host.
Right.
I thought you meant the cracked one.
It's not.
Oh no, Hold's great.
It's not that. It's more me. I feel like I'm not contributing, if you know what I mean. And I get frustrated because I don't feel like I'm doing anything to help the team. Like I'm missing shots. Whereas if I then go on I mean, yes, I know I've got the aim assist and it does help. But I still have to kind of like aim that way. The aim assist only like ever so slight if you're close to a person's head. It's not as much as you think it is. But like I will lose fights on the PC pool that I would normally win on the PlayStation, and it frustrates me a little bit because I'm like, and I know what it is, but I just have to get on with it. I can get frustrated. I mean, I get frustrated anyway. I'm the worst. I rage like nobody. But
yeah, I mean, I suppose the answer to that is if you're going to play something like comp, only be on console when it's normal and fun.
Apparently, comp is not cross.
Oh well, there you go then. There.
So when I do comp, I will literally only be able to do it with people on controller.
So the crap one.
Console, sorry. So yeah, she can carry me.
Yeah.
Some of us don't know what a W is, so when I look at a keyboard, it's sad.
Literally pointing you in the direction you're going.
No. And then I run around in circles, and then I look down for some reason. I'm like, why am I just keep going around?
The funniest thing is, this is my fucking reaction with anything that's like first-person shooter on controller. Cannot aim on controller. It's like all over the place. Literally on mouse and keyboard, you're pointing and clicking at the thing that you want to point and click on.
I guess it's.
If I didn't have to move, it would be fine. Like if I just had to look, that's fine. It's having to run in different directions and be like,
Thing is, like with playing Valorant, I'm starting to get used to like where my hand placement is, and because the thing that put me off before is I bought Overwatch, the first one, on the PC a couple of years ago when it went on sale, and I thought I'm just going to sit and learn. And because everyone's got like 3 or 4 abilities.
Yeah.
The amount of buttons that you need to know where they are to press the right one, and I was like, I'm never going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But I've started to for my birthday, I got this. Off my mother. And that helps me because I can just put my hand straight on it. My hand's in the right place every time. Whereas when I was using my normal keyboard, I'd put my hand down, and sometimes where I'd be wanting to press W, I'd have my hand. Most of the time, I'd be on the E button. So I was only one over. But you know, if you're like in the middle of something, it's quite daunting.
For sure.
That helps me because literally the buttons underneath my abilities are just there.
Yeah.
I put my hand down, I'm done.
It is a good option.
I might play a few games, see how it goes. Because before Overwatch 2 dropped, we played. It was playing Valorant, I think, and then we played a couple of games of Overwatch afterwards. And rather than me then switching over all my stuff onto PlayStation, I just loaded up Overwatch on the PC, and I played a few games. And in all honesty, it was just the movement that actually caused me trouble because it's just so fast paced.
Yeah.
And I'm not being funny. Overwatch was fast paced. Overwatch 2 is fucking brutal. People are just everywhere constantly. And it's just being able to keep up with that. Like the aiming stuff ain't so bad. It's just that's why I'm like, yeah, that'll do. These little joysticks. But that's me. I'm done. I've rented.
Who's your main in Overwatch?
Yeah.
See now, before Overwatch 2 dropped, I'd probably said, because you've got 3 different categories, I will give you 3 different. Probably would have been Anna for support, Orisa for tank, and DPS was probably going to be Junkrat. Probably. Since Overwatch 2's come out, I very, very much like Junker Queen as a tank. She is brilliant. She's one of the new characters. I think I'm probably at the minute it's between Lucio and Zenyatta for support, but Kiriko is very good. I just need to learn to aim with her because it's quite weird. Her hands go through where your crosshair is.
Yeah.
That's a bit off-putting at times, but I get used to it.
Is she that really cute one?
Yeah, the fox one.
Yeah, she's the new one with the fox thing. The person that I said to Nettle I'm contemplating doing a gender bend cosplay of because I found the 3D print file for the mask. Anyway, for DPS, I've actually been playing a lot of Farah, and I will say I've actually been pretty good with her. So
impressive.
I do like Farah, and it helps when you've got a cracked Mercy.
Wow.
Following you around.
Pocket Mercy.
Pocket Mercy. But yeah, no, I think they're probably my go-tos at the moment. I think I've been playing Farah a lot more because I want to play people like Sojourn and May, because I quite like May. But because it's very much you've got to be on point when I'm on the PC port, it's hard for me to hit those shots. Whereas Farah's projectile, I just have to aim where people are going to be.
Yeah.
To get the shots and the damage, and it's a lot easier. So I think that's why I've been playing her a lot. But you do what you have to.
Very good. Very good.
With a flourish.
As for me, you'd think for somebody who had not been on the podcast for a very long time, I would have a lot more games, but I don't. No, I've got obviously Dreamlight Valley, as Tempus has already said. I haven't played that in a little while, but yep, started playing it, really enjoying it. Will at some point go back and make sure I do all the other casts. At the moment, whenever I go in, all I ever do is just wander around with Wally because I love him. Wow. And my dream is to just get that entire outfit. Wally! There's that. Obviously, from EGX, and there is a review up on the website. We have a website. Everybody go find it. I played Strange Horticulture, which is a really lovely little indie game about the fact that you run this little horticultural flower shop. And I love it. And it's just me. Obviously, there's a very quite dark and brooding story that goes along with it, which kind of I was like, what? Where did this come from? But yeah, you get to like find plants and like you have to do investigation as to what plants it could be. You get like certain clues and you have to go through your book going, which one could it be? And then if you get it wrong, there's just this if you get it wrong too many times, and this all goes into the story, you get this weird thing called impending dread. And if you get it full, you go into this like mental state of shock where you have to put a puzzle back together to come back into life again. It's so weird when I say it, but it works really well in game. And I think it's still really
like my life.
Yeah,
Impending dread.
Impending dread. But I would, if you, it's again, it's like, you know, it's not a walking sim, but it's just like a little story game where you get to like do a bit of investigations and puzzles and stuff. So go read the review on the website and go buy it from Steam and Nintendo. It's really cheap on both, just in general, because, you know, it's a very small one-man indie game. So do it. Destiny 2, the Destiny 2 season came out. It's called Season of Plunder. Yes, you heard right. We are pirates, baby. And we've been going through that. We've been getting some really cool and interesting storylines that have come from it. I am in love with one of the Fallen called Ido. I would like to marry her because she's cool. Else? Call of Lamb, obviously. If you haven't seen the pictures of Bendy and I from EGX dressed as the lamb, where have you been?
We had such fun.
It was possibly the funnest day I've ever had at a convention. Yes, we did do an entire day of that, and yes, we did get my husband to film it, so...
Someone's gonna edit that soon and sort that out.
It's all edited! It's all edited! You getting a treat. Hopefully this weekend. Valorant, yeah. Valorant, as Temp said, it is fun. It is good if you are not so cohesive with shooters, because it's also quite slow. You can't run in it. So it's really good to learn.
Very, you know, methodical.
It is, yeah. So, yep, give that a go. And the last thing I think is not a new game, but it's one that, you know, we are very much associated with. I decided to make a new farm on Stardew Valley. It's been getting colder, and I wanted to have something cozy while I was sitting downstairs watching TV, so I just decided to play a new game. I do have one more new game, which might be a little bit more like, oh my god, I can't believe you played that, because I am not known for playing such games like this. I played Little Nightmares 2 because I got a free code for it. I've
played the first one. It's very good.
It's not scary, I will say. I didn't find it scary. It is very body horror / state of the world is quite worryingly close to our state of the world.
It's a little nightmare.
It is a little nightmare, yeah. And obviously Little Nightmares 2 is actually the prequel to Little Nightmares. It's not a sequel. And you play as Mono, which is the one with the paper bag on his head. And then you find Six, although at the beginning of the story you don't realise that she's Six. It's halfway through where you're going through like one of the places, it's called the Pale City, and then she decides to put on this yellow rain mac, and you're like, oh, it's Six. Okay, that's the protagonist from the first one. So it's, yeah, I mean, it's Little Nightmares. It's good. It's puzzles, it's creepy, you know, you're doing little bits here and there. There's a lot of chase sequences. You have to be very methodical with your puzzles. Like, you have to... It's this thing where you'll have to do this thing to get this thing up here, and then that will make you go through this thing over here. And the ending... So I think they did it because I think they thought it was kind of going to be a satisfactory ending for everyone. It wasn't, in my opinion. I was not satisfied. I was creeped out, and I was not okay.
Not okay.
I was not okay. But yeah, it's, you know, it's Little Nightmares. It's Tazier. It's good. And I'm sure I have played other games that I am completely forgetting about, as I do. I'm very bad for that. I need to do it with Bendy and write down my list, but that is pretty much everything that's come to my head about what I have played.
I had to go through my achievement library to check.
Don't even have an excuse though, Bendy, because when I load my computer up, all of the games that I have recently played are on my left-hand side. All of my ongoing games are on my right-hand side. So I should be able to do this quickly. I'm not that good. I'm not a good podcast host.
I just went what was in my head.
Yeah, but I work in the games industry. I've been playing games that I can't tell you about. Unprepared. Sorry?
I can't tell you, mate.
Shut up, man. Dealing with animators and riggers all day. You don't get to tell me anything.
So, I don't know what my Steam password is. Don't be silly.
I love Nettle 123.
So, exclamation mark. I love Nettle exclamation mark 1, actually.
Alright, sorry.
I mean, it's creepy that you got that. And now everyone's going to log into Bendy's Steam.
Yeah, just buy a porn or something. I don't know. Just boyfriend. Hatterful Hotel, boyfriend dungeon.
Oh yeah.
Doki Doki Literature Club, that kind of shit.
It was. I'm sure I've mentioned it before on the podcast. A game someone told me I should buy. Should play. They sent it to me before. It was just. I think it was just called Chair Simulator. And it was just different chairs. And I'm sure I've told you before. There was like this weird amorphous blob guy, and he literally humped the chairs.
See, for some reason, whenever anybody mentions Chair Simulator or Chair something, all I can remember is this one episode of Oxventure where all the chairs come alive.
That's a good episode.
That's literally the end. It just comes every time. Right, well, that's what we played this past month and a half.
Is it Orphan's Boss?
Is it?
Tell us it's Orphan's Boss.
It's Orphan's Boss.
It's Orphan's Boss. You don't watch the Oxford.
Yeah, Oxventure is good. You should definitely go and watch and / listen to the episodes. They are from the guys from Outside Xbox and Outside Xbox Extra. Just picking up another podcast, as we do. So on to, well, I mean, I kind of made a pass because I didn't get any news for this week. But guys, if you want to talk about news, you can. But I don't have any news for this week. So.
I did just want to see if you'd guys seen the stuff about what happened at TwitchCon.
Yes, I mean, yes.
Some things.
Well, the bit that primarily comes to mind is the gladiator pit.
Oh yes, I did hear this. Yeah.
Like, who in their right mind? Like, where was the safety checks on that? Like, who just puts it on concrete with what looked like maybe 2 layers of the big foam?
It was not sufficient at all.
The fact that someone's broke their back in 2 places.
Yeah.
One woman broke her. I think she
dislocated her knee or something.
Yeah, broke her ankle and dislocated her knee. Like, surely they're going to get sued for that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't waiver against damaging people. Like, you cannot waiver, and even in America, as far as I'm aware, you can't have a waiver that means people can't sue you if they get injured. You can't do that. It's against the law.
Actually, you can. They do.
No, you can't.
Well, I signed one when I fell off a quad bike in Death Valley.
Yes, they can make you sign it. It is not legally enforceable. They can't use it.
It was fine. It was my own fault.
But yeah, they can make you sign these waivers because they want it to deter you, but they don't hold up in a court of law.
The thing with it, though, is it's fair enough if it's a case of, look, this is a dangerous activity. There's a chance you might hurt yourself. But this should have been like one of the this should have been no instance where someone should have hurt themselves in this. And you think about it, I watched some videos where some people fell flat. Like, imagine if you'd have cracked your head, falling through that.
I genuinely don't know what was going on there. I mean, I suppose if you weren't jumping, maybe if you just fell, because it was a gladiator thing, if somebody punched you and just went like that on the foam, you would probably be okay. But there were no signs that I could see, and there was nothing saying, don't jump.
Yeah.
But it wasn't sufficient. Like that, there is no way that was okay.
No, I mean, there was not enough cushion there. For the fact that if one person had hurt themselves, I mean, yeah, it's not a nice thing, but you probably could have said it was like a freak, it's a freak, thing, it happened. But the fact that 2 people grievously injured themselves in that thing.
And I think those were 2 the major ones. There's a lot more reports of people twisting ankles and just hurting themselves here, there, and everywhere in it.
Apparently, people were just getting told, like they were being told to turn up early, and then when they did turn up, they were being turned away.
Yeah.
And being made to then go like to the back of the queue and everything to get back in. Apparently, I heard as well, like people that were there themselves, like attendees, were literally stampeding to get into places and knocking over people with disabilities and things.
Yeah, there was reports of people in wheelchairs literally getting pushed out the way.
Fucking hell.
And then there's also the parties, which I get are not that's not TwitchCon's thing primarily, but these parties were happening because of TwitchCon, like the partner parties, people who are partners who then have parties where people come along, and there are dozens and dozens of cases of people getting date raped or using date rape drugs.
Christ.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
fucking hell.
Like,
how about you just don't rape? Simple.
Don't drug, don't rape
people.
Didn't think we had to spell that one out for you. But it's just this sheer fact that it's just like, if you're gonna have a party and you're not going to police it properly, when we say police, you know what I mean, manage it properly, just don't fucking have one. These people are your responsibility. They are in an area that you've created.
Yeah, it falls on that creator's responsibilities, doesn't it, for the safety? I mean, yeah, fair enough, these people have come because they've been invited, but at the same time, if you're the one throwing this party, the things that happen at this party are then your responsibility.
Yeah.
It just feels like it was just an absolute fucking mess.
It sounds like it was, yeah.
But anyway, we can move on now.
You wouldn't get that at the Unnamed Gaming Con. You would not. I would not allow rape.
Which
I'm kind of in the process of figuring out. So
it's gonna be in Tempusbe's back garden.
Tell you later.
Okay, cool.
I might be busy that weekend.
it's fine. Andy's coming.
That's because he loves you more than me. It's fine because I'll all be with me. Anyway, this is going stupid. Yes, so that was the news.
I think I just do want to mention sort of like the argument that is happening between Sony and Microsoft about Call of Duty.
My god.
Oh,
that actually feels like 2 boys going, I want to play with that toy. No, I want to play with the toy.
Literally, it's like, calm down. It might be that the acquisition was not going to go through because of it, so
we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, no, that is just the argument for anybody who hasn't heard of it, of basically are they going to get bought out because Sony have brought up the fact that stuff like Warzone could be used as a bargaining chip for people to only buy Xbox or PC stuff, and it's like, they've already said they're not going to do that.
I'm sorry, if you're Microsoft and you decide that you want to make Call of Duty an exclusive, you're fucking dumb, mate.
Yeah.
Because you are cutting out most, like, percentage of your things. If people don't want to buy Xboxes, they don't want to buy Xboxes. They'll stick to their things. They will lose out on sales. You just put it cross-platform. I said this before. It's like they wouldn't make that game exclusive. They want to make new games exclusive so that they can compete with Sony's first-party titles. So let them have it.
It's a stupid argument because we all know that obviously Warzone doesn't cost anything, so the profit that they get is anything that's bought in-game, and you can buy anything in-game from anything. They are not going to cut out half of their audience of buying in-game purchases. This is not going to happen, and it's a stupid argument that the fact that the fair trade body or whatever it's called is even humbling it proves how stupid they are and how much they don't understand video games as a business.
And then everybody needs to look at the Embracer Group. So let's do that, because they buy everybody,
right?
Don't they?
They're having a moan about freaking...
Who is actually the monopoly here?
The thing is, they're going after the big guns, going, this is huge business, and forgetting about the fact that this other big gun is buying up all of the small indie studios.
It's like...
Soon we won't have indie studios. We'll just have the Embracer Group and Microsoft and Sony.
And Nintendo.
And Nintendo.
I reckon Sega are going to make a big left field and go, right, we got a console, you guys. I'm like, what?
Wait, before we move on. Super Mario Bros. Trailer.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck. Get fucked. Right. I'm sorry. I love Chris Pratt. I love Chris Pratt. I like him and things that he's been in, but he doesn't need to be fucking Mario. Who does need to be Mario? Chris Marnett, the voice of Mario for the last 35 years. Ah!
Yeah, I said it was so funny, like when he bigged it up the whole time, went, this is going to be like nothing you've ever heard before. And I'm not being funny, it just sounded like Chris Pratt putting on a slight Brooklyn accent at some point in it. And I was just like, I know you didn't hear Luigi talk, but I was like, I just want the film to be Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt, but Charlie Day going full fucking Luigi. Like literally like the full accent, like Nick, like as his brother, and it's like, oh, you've just like that would win it.
What I will give it, visually, it looks fucking beautiful.
It's very good.
So
it's very
good.
well animated.
Jack Black as Bowser.
As Bowser was a very, very good idea. I did not realise it was Jack Black until I looked into it. I was like, fucking me, Jack Black. Excellent. Like, he doesn't sound like Jack Black. I'm like, that's some good voice acting there. Well done, Jack Black.
Even, is it Keegan-Michael Key as Toad?
Oh, that was cute.
That was good. Like, Chris Pratt just put on a slight, like a little bit of an accent, at least try.
It's just, it annoys me the fact that they're trying to pull in people by using the voice of Chris Pratt, but I think you're alienating a bunch of people by not having Chris Martinet as Mario. He's Mario to so many people. He looks like the modern Marios who, you know, are voiced by him. I can maybe understand if they're doing a live action or something, but it looks like modern Mario.
Someone has suggested that it's like, you know, the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Film where they actually come from New York and then travel to the Mushroom Kingdom. This is what it's going to be. It's going to start off as Chris Pratt in the real world, and he will be transferred into the Mushroom Kingdom and turned into that character.
Interesting. He hates it. See, I've heard
to me, Chris Pratt.
I've heard somebody say that they think the original Mario for an entire movie would be grating.
Yeah, I have seen that as well, and I can kind of understand it.
He could tone it down, though. He doesn't have to be full Mario the whole time. He's a voice actor. He's going to be able to tone it down. Chris Pratt isn't a voice actor.
At the same time, I've played through Mario Odyssey, and with the hoo ha ha as he's jumping about, hasn't really bothered me. So,
yeah.
The funniest thing that I've heard of the internet going mental about it is the fact that and I quote, and I can't remember what article it's from, it's probably Kotaku. He's not dummy thick.
Oh yeah, he hasn't got the arse. Has he?
He hasn't got a butt. He's got a washboard butt. He's not dummy thick like he's supposed to be. And I'm like, are you actually raging about the fact that Mario does not have an ass?
There's a
He don't have no big butt.
Reanimate it so he has the big ass. Like, so
I was
if
seeing
they can
comparisons.
Reanimate Sonic the Hedgehog the entire film, they can give Mario an ass.
You know,
I
they
saw
just
a
have to
load of
press.
memes like that. So good.
Just have to press the reanimate button and it'll do it for you.
Yeah.
It's like in
virtual Botox.
Character creation where you just keep pressing the
Just-
enlarge button.
Have you seen the character creation for Street Fighter 6? Some people have. You can go full on it, and some people have made these really super skinny top bodies and like thick
Thunder
thighs
thighs.
and like yeah, and it's like some of the
Dummy
pictures-
thick.
yeah,
Dummy
some of the
thick.
pictures that
With
people have
5
come up with.
C's.
Some thick. Let's be honest.
Right. The news board, mate. No, I'm joking.
Wow.
I know, I'm a bitch. This is why they don't let me host very often. Moving on to our topic of the week. Although we're kind of moving back into a certain game that was mentioned. Well, not really just this game. It's all games like this. And my question was, what is the point? Disclaimer, I know some of the points. But what is the point in relaunching games with a big 2 at the end of the title? Big 2. Obviously, the one that's in everybody's mind will obviously be Overwatch 2, shockingly. But they are not the only one. We're obviously going to be getting Warzone 2 at some point. We have Destiny 2.
I argue they are different games, though.
Fundamentally, they are not. Fundamentally, you could do exactly what they're doing now. So I will explain. Let's get into this. Destiny 2, we had Destiny 1. Within Destiny 1, you had expansions. You know, King's Fall, that kind of shit. You know, that kind of thing. That was the raid, but you know what I mean.
Fallen King.
Thank you.
I played Destiny 1.
And I played Destiny 2. And within Destiny 2, we have the expansions, Forsaken, House of, you know, that kind of thing. And they have decided, it has been officially said, there will be no more numbers after this. It's just Destiny 2 and then all the expansions. It is not going to Destiny 3. There will not be a Destiny 3. Apparently, it is just sticking at Destiny 2, which has obviously led everybody to go, why not drop the 2 and just be the Destiny universe? Because you're bringing stuff in from Destiny 1 anyway. Now, the reason for Destiny 2, the reason why they can't top the 2 is because technically Activision still have some licensing to do with Destiny. That's the reason for that. But in all essential terms, they have decided to just drop it. They will never be a Destiny 3. We're never going to get to that point. It will always just be Destiny 2 expansion. It's the same in my, and again, I do know the reason for this, but what is the point in Overwatch 2? What is the 2 doing? And that is one of the reasons.
Money.
I get it because on the surface, they are the exact same game. All they've done is add new maps, new characters, which they could have added to Overwatch.
But if we unpackage that service and delve deeper, you get something called an engine. Now, listen up, kids. We're going to talk about game devs. Games are made in engines. You will know the most, like the ones that you know, Unreal and Unity. They are literally the 2 biggest ones. Great. Most people use them. It's fine. But very clear example with Unreal is we have just gone from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5. Unreal 5 is ridiculously big. It has got so many features that Unreal 4 doesn't have. Now, much like when you're porting a game from PC to a console or vice versa, you have to port a game from one engine to another. That is the crux. That is the reason behind most 2s. However, in some cases, Warzone, it is just a money ploy. And now I do believe that Overwatch's was they got a new engine and it runs better and looks better, blah, blah, blah. But people don't know this. And there are a lot of games, Splatoon 1, 2, and 3, that just don't, there's no reason for it.
Is it needed?
It is not needed.
Nintendo are never going to use a new engine.
That's the thing. A lot of these things are, they know, they just want the money to come with the second, like the next number up, because if it's an expansion, they can't charge 70 quid for it. You could probably charge 50 to 60 depending on how long it is, but you ain't going to be able to charge 80 quid. Whereas if it's a new game where you can put a 2 behind it, you charge 80 quid for it and people will buy it. Now Overwatch again is free, so
it's free. Yeah, I mean I know they've changed it. They've got rid of the loot box and they've brought in. It's basically the Fortnite formula.
Yeah, and I think that's a good idea. But
like, yeah,
sorry.
I mean, I was just going to say it's a lot of people are actually wishing the loot boxes were back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of clamour for it. They prefer the loot boxes because there's just a chance that you could win the thing. And I'm going to be brutally honest here. That battle pass is mediocre at best.
It is their first one. I might give them a pass on it.
I mean, I get that, but like Overwatch have been superb with all of their. It's much like I can understand the trinkets and the skins and stuff like that. Not skins, sorry, the trinkets and the weapon trinkets or whatever, I guess, tokens.
Yeah.
But the skins, there's like maybe 3. You get a skin at every 10th level, and bar the mythic skin, there's maybe 2 other really good skins on that battle pass. The rest of them just feel like they're just pointless, like barely even worth time and effort. And like I know you said it's their first one, but from my point of view, the first one should have been the one where you come out the gate swinging. This is the one where you should have come out and said, "Look at the stuff you're going to get."
Yeah.
Because then that's when you're going to get people spending the money on the battle pass. Like you could play that free battle pass and still kind of get the majority of the good stuff out of it.
Yeah.
And you're not. I mean, with like there's the first skin you get in at level 10, it's like Winston. He's just in like a commando thing. There's already better skins in the game. But why? I mean, I'm a sucker. They're gonna have my money forever. But I bought the premium one.
Yeah.
£17, but it gave me 20 level boost.
Mm.
So, and that's kind of what I wanted. I was like, I need that.
Bendy.
Oh my god, Bendy's a puzzle.
Bendy. Did Blizzard take you? Blink twice.
I'm here. I'm just listening intently.
Okay, fair enough.
On our screen,
you're a white box in our screen.
You look like one of them puzzles where you have to slide pieces along.
Yeah.
To get them in the right place.
How do I fix it?
Camera off and on again, probably.
That mouse isn't working.
But
there you go.
Yay. But yeah, like from my point of view, I just
it's not good.
I feel like a little let down.
Yeah.
And like they're gonna put the better skins in the shop for you to spend
obviously
more money.
Yeah.
Like, and I get that. That's how Fortnite earns their money. Like, and they're kind of on the same par as Fortnite money wise. Whereas if you look at Valorant, which we've been playing recently, the only skins you buy in the game are for the weapons.
Yeah.
And some of them skins are like £45. Yeah, it's like for a cosmetic in a game that does nothing to help you, they want you to spend 45 quid on something.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean,
Sorry, Tempus, you had a point. Just said I understand the point of moving things to an engine, and that makes a new engine that makes sense. But I just feel it's a bit of a rip. Like, could they not do the same but in an update, or is that impossible? I don't know. I'm not a game dev.
I mean, yes, they could actually.
So, like the Destiny, the Destiny model, Destiny 2 model that they're doing at the moment.
Yeah.
I believe that Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 are different games. I think it moved along. So they could have made Destiny like a live service like they are with Destiny 2. They could have done that, but at the time that wasn't a model that was within the gaming sphere. So I understand that Destiny 1, Destiny 2, having played both, I feel they are different stories for me. And then they've just changed Destiny 2 into live service, and that model I think is quite a good one because they still make money because you still buy the expansions when they come out. Would say they're probably a little bit too expensive for me, but you know, if people buy them, they buy them at the end of the day. So maybe they, you know, if you're doing the same like with Overwatch, if Overwatch was just all live service and it was about getting new maps and then on a new engine, could they not have just, oh, we're going to be releasing a bunch of new maps at that point, we're going to be doing an update, which means it's going to be on Unity. I know it took a lot of money for them to make Overwatch 2 and they need to recoup that, but I don't know.
I mean, Overwatch 2 is free anyway. You can download it. Like, it doesn't cost you anything. So
it's only free for a weekend, isn't it? Or is it?
No, it's just free. It's free to play.
It's like Fortnite.
Yeah. Which is the other, and this is the reason I don't understand why they put the 2 behind it. They shut down the original Overwatch servers. So there isn't an Overwatch 1 for them to get confused with.
No.
I think the thing is, I think at the time of Overwatch 2's announcement, this wasn't the plan. I think it was supposed to be. You think about it though, it's been 3 years since the announcement.
No. I was agreeing with you.
All right. But yeah, like that's why I'm saying there was probably a 2 because, but even back then when they announced it as 2, people were saying, "Does it need to be 2?"
This topic comes up every time a bigger game gets a 2. Always does.
But it's
games like Overwatch, yes.
Games for a service, yes. This is what I'm talking about in specifically. Games for a service where they put 2 behind when they bring another game out.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not talking about like Witcher 2 and 3, Gears of whatever.
Gears of War 8000, which will
exactly
be coming.
Exactly.
I can't believe we're at 7. Like the next one's going to be 7.
Too many.
Like obviously they're different because they've got a story behind them.
Yeah, it's different stories as well.
All that other stuff. I think the only thing maybe is the fact that you're going to get a lot of PvE stuff with Overwatch 2 as well.
No, I'm joking. I know it's coming.
Apparently, it's like this time next year. We've still got another year before we start seeing that.
Nowhere near ready, and I don't. This is the thing. This is what I feel is that they were losing so many people from playing the dead servers of Overwatch 1 because let's face it, it had gone downhill quite badly because they just couldn't be bothered to update it because they were working on Overwatch 2. That they had a panic and were like, just put Overwatch 2 out with PvP. It's fine, everybody will go for it.
Well, the thing is, like, I think the PvE stuff is going to be free as well, which is good.
Oh, is it? I thought that was the pay content.
No, but
Jesus.
As far as I understand, that's free as well. It all comes because when it was first announced in the game, you got the PvP with the PvE. So I don't think they can now turn around and say, "Hey, look, here's your PvP. We're now going to charge you £30 to play the PvE stories." It's. I mean, they might do. They might turn around and say, "Look, this is DLC content." You know, I mean, I'll buy it. 'Cause I'm a sucker. But also, that's like honestly, that's the thing I was actually looking forward to the most. I love the PvE story stuff. They do such good stuff with lore and.
Well, this is the thing. Overwatch actually has a wonderful, like, depth, rich vein of lore hidden within it. And yet half of the people that play it probably haven't got a clue about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't play Overwatch, but I love the fucking comics.
Yeah, they've got so much stuff going on. Like, I mean, why we haven't had an Overwatch TV series that, you know...
I'd watch it.
I would literally have binged that shit so much. But yeah, I mean, they've got books, they've got comics. Obviously, you've got the game, which they constantly add lore into it whenever they...
Yeah.
Like, the amount of new voice lines and interactions between characters when you're like, oh... Like, Anna and Roadhog have got one, and you're like, oh my god, I didn't even realise those two actually knew who each other were, like, outside of being in the game and stuff.
Yeah.
And it'll be... That's the thing. I loved it was the anniversary ones, or no, sorry, the archive ones that you got that were like basically flashback stories. So like the first one was when the Omnic uprising in London. So you went. And it's only 4 players, like 4 people as well. And you go and play that, and you'd have to go through, defeat turn off the anti-aircraft missiles, then you took a truck with the bomb on it to get into a thing. It was so good because there was like actual lore and story to it, because when it first came out you could only play certain characters.
Yeah.
Like they were the ones specifically used for the story, and then they started bringing out
you could use anybody, yeah.
And then you had Retribution, which was like the Black Ops one, which was on the new Rialto map.
Yeah.
And you was like the dark team of Overwatch. And the story behind that, you can just see when Reaper starts to like turn.
Yes.
And you're just like, oh my god, that's so good! Like, and I just can't wait for those stories to come out so we can just learn more and more about Overwatch. And it's the fact that it's got character leveling progression. So in PvE, you level the character you're playing, and you can unlock new abilities to use for that character. Only in PvE, mind you.
I think I'd play PvE on Overwatch, because the reason I don't play Overwatch is because I'm fucking shit. I'm shit at video games. And it's not, and you were saying it earlier, Tempus, about feeling not useful.
Yeah.
And if I get into a match, I don't kill anybody, I've been really unhelpful. And I mean, I am about healing, and because I'm support and I'm always support, but you feel absolutely useless if you're not killing in those sorts of games. But if it's like a story progression co-op PvE, I'm like, I can do that because this is not a person who's really good at Overwatch shooting at me. I can shoot her. I can do stories.
Yeah.
It does have a rich lore, which I am very intrigued by, but you know, can't be bothered to get good at Overwatch to.
Fine. You can level up your character. You can main someone in the stories.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I get what you mean. Like, because I think when we first started this podcast, I was always an advocate of why bother with 2, just keep adding on to Overwatch. And I know, I get what you're saying. It's a new engine and stuff. But again, the same point, they closed down the old servers for Overwatch.
Yes.
To then bring Overwatch 2 in. Why don't you just close those servers down for the new engine and everything, for everyone to download the new engine, the new thing of it, but just keep it as Overwatch and just...
There's gonna be there's gonna be engine programmers in frickin' chat going, what the fuck, you can't do that! You can, actually, you can. I know you can, because Destiny 2 do it. Between the last expansion, Beyond Light, and Witch Queen, they were doing updates to the engine, which is why Witch Queen looks a million times better than Beyond Light. You can do it. I mean, again, it's an example where Bungie use their own proprietary engine. It's not Unreal, it's not Unity, it's nothing like that. So they can do it the way they want. But most of these games, like these live service games, are made in proprietary engines. So it just feels like a lot of it's a cash grab, where it's just like, we put a big 2 or, you know, the next number up, and guess what? Everybody will flock back to us thinking this is a brand new game. Really, you know, it's the same.
Do you think it's the same principle for remasters as well? For like remasters, I mean one generation back remaster. For example,
that's a cash grab.
A recent announcement of Horizon Zero Dawn. What?
Yeah.
I'm not even accepting.
Why?
Yeah, I won't even accept The Last of Us being remastered. It's already had a remaster.
Twice.
Please
It's
do
been
not
remastered
remaster it.
twice.
Yeah, just don't do it. Okay, this is a cash grab now because you want to put it in Unreal 5.
This is why I won't play Last of Us.
I mean, from that point of view, like, I get it. Like, I've recently played Horizon Zero Dawn and even the 2018 God of War. I played them both very recently, and they still both look phenomenal as it is in the engine they're in. Like,
yeah, the thing is, and the reason why there is no point in anybody buying remasters in Unreal 5 now unless you've got a 3090 or a 40 series graphics card in your PC, or not even a PS5 or an Xbox Series is going to show you anything different now. It's going to look exactly the same because it's not got the capabilities to look any better.
well, I played them both on my PS5, so, and it's like I said, they both looked so. I was
Yeah.
so taken away by like the art and the colors and everything. It still looked like it was practically a brand new released game.
Yeah, but the reason why they're
So-
doing it is because they're saying they want the graphics to look as up to date as possible on the latest series of hardware and blah blah blah. And it's just like, yes, but the what is out at the moment is not the latest series of hardware, and people haven't got the latest series of hardware in any of their things, or, you know, PS5, Xbox, they're not the latest series. They are not. Xbox and PS5 are not going to be equitable to the new 40 series graphics card. So they're not going
to get.
And there is that as well, yeah. So it's just like the limitation of graphics is going to be people's hardware, not the game. There is no point in remastering these things again for the next series of hardware. Then nobody's going to have it, and it's going to look exactly the same as the original. Well, maybe not the original, but you know what I mean. It's a cash grab. The Last of Us was definitely a cash grab because of the TV series.
It makes me laugh when they do like these comparisons of stuff, and they like do it over the screen. Like, oh my god, it looks great, but that's a cutscene. So
yes, cut. That's the other thing that really annoys me is, oh, Bendy, come back.
she back.
Is cutscenes. Cutscenes will always look better than the in-game crap. Oh my god. Hello, Kat. You're right. She's come to say hello. She has an opinion on this, I think. But yeah, it's like cutscenes are meant to play at like 90 FPS and over, 240 for that kind of shit. In-game is generally going to be between 60 and 90, and even then, your PC monitors, etc., are not going to get to 90 or above 60 or 144 hertz. You're not going to get it. So they always will use the cutscenes because it will always look better, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the gameplay is going to look any better. You guys know this. You do. Everybody should know this. This is the reason why we get cinematic trailers and gameplay trailers. And why, when you only get cinematic trailers when the game is meant to be coming out in 3 weeks, we worry about the gameplay. Logic.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about just making money, isn't it?
I mean, yes, it is. You know, they're businesses. They're going to make money. Obviously, they are. But I think that if we as consumers allow a certain standard of, you can remaster every 2 years, or you can bring out the next bit of this game and call it number 2 and charge us more for it and we will pay for it, they're going to do it. You know, it's that old, if you let them, they will. So maybe as consumers we need to start
They will come.
Exactly. Maybe as consumers, we need to start putting our foot down a bit more and going, no, we're not having this.
We don't need Horizon Zero Dawn remastered. We don't need it.
Maybe not for another 4 or 5 years, anyway.
How about you just make a new fucking game, mate?
Please, Gorilla, just make a game.
That's the thing. They've only just released Forbidden West. It's
I mean,
like...
yeah. I will say, sorry, I will say that they know it'll make them money, and it's kind of easier to do that than make a new game. So, you know, to tide them over while they're making the next game so they can pay their staff, it's a thing. But it is at the same time, it's like, I get it, guys, but you should just be asking for enough money from your publishers for the new game. Sony.
I feel like remasters should have, like, it should have a minimum amount of years for the game to have been out before you can contemplate remastering the game.
Or if you're going to remaster it within a certain amount of time, you have to give it to people for free that have bought the game previously.
Well, I wouldn't even mind if it was like a £10 upgrade to the version that you have.
Yeah.
Like maybe, and you're still making a little bit of money out of that, but if they do, well, maybe not a remaster, maybe one of those remakes. Who knows what the fuck?
What is the difference between a remake and a remaster?
Round
We'll
up.
answer that on the next episode.
Yeah. I moved the conversation over to remaster.
But it's the same thing, though. That's the point. Is like live service games obviously can't necessarily get a remaster because, I mean, they're always there anyway. But it's essentially they are getting a remaster because it's exactly the same, but they're stamping a massive 2 on the end of it. I mean, just wait for Fortnite 2.
Fallout 76 2.
762.
I don't think Fallout.
69.
Sorry, Fortnite. I don't think Fortnite will ever actually do that.
I don't think Epic need to.
No, they know they've got winning formula with what they've got. Like, it still makes me laugh that game was supposed to be like a co-op base builder survival game, and no one was interested in it. So
oh yeah, no. It's just let's tuck it into a battle royale and have done with it, guys.
It's like, oh shit, we've got all these assets and things that no one wants to play with. Oh, let's just make it a free-to-play battle royale. You can buy the other thing if you want.
Yeah, that's literally what happened.
Made them so much money.
Well, they are now the biggest franchise in the gaming universe. Not only because they have Fortnite, but because of Unreal. Talking about both sides here.
You think about the collaborations they get for it as well.
Exactly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to see like Marvel collab with Overwatch. Just give like Overwatch characters Marvel themed skins.
Don't think you'll get that though. I'm sorry.
I know, but like a man can dream.
Oh, he can.
Doomfist as Thanos with the gauntlet.
Blizzard Activision, get in touch with Tempusbe. He has ideas.
Me, I have ideas.
You want a game designer. He's clearly a skins designer, you know. Corporate designers.
Yeah. I'm the idea guy. I just can't do the actual stuff. I'll sit in the corner, throw an idea, drink a tea.
I'm just the idea guy. Make it.
It's alright, this is what you have junior designers for. You come up with the ideas and chuck it to them to implement it. Right, well, I think we've definitely had a good go on that topic.
Yay. And we're back, baby.
We're back. So, just a reminder to everybody, we have gone to a now this is where it gets confusing, bi-weekly content.
Bi-monthly.
Bi-monthly? What is bi-weekly?
Twice a week.
No, it's not! Bi-weekly is every 2 weeks!
Fortnightly, that one works well.
Fine, fortnightly.
Bi-weekly. Produced,
2 weeks.
Done, produced, or occurring every 2 weeks. Or twice a week.
Yeah, this is the problem. It works both ways. It's so confusing.
Bi-weekly.
And by
twice a month.
And by bi-weekly, we mean fortnightly.
Yeah,
Every Monday.
I mean,
God.
be surprised. You might get 2 this week. Then you'll know.
Then you'll know. Yeah, we did confuse everybody 2 weeks ago when we we did do it a week.
Well, no, I mean, one was an episode. One was kind of like an EGX video special thing.
They're still at the same
we
week.
weren't wrong. We said bi-weekly, so...
But yes, fortnightly. Let's go with that and not confuse everybody. Every 2 weeks on Mondays, you will now be getting the podcast going live. So this is simply because we have lives, believe it or not. And now that lockdown, working from home situations have all but ceased for most people, it is becoming harder for us to be able to do it every week. And not the recording. The recording is fine. It's the post-processing that takes the most painful part of it.
But we will be adding blogs and stuff to the website. So get over there. The link will be down below, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm not reading that one off.
It's letters.
In descriptions and whatever the thing is on Spotify or wherever you're listening to it, there's a little thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe there's...
I'm doing pointing for those people who are listening.
I believe there's 3 up there at the moment. So, but we will add more and more stuff to that. So that'll be kind of like the in-between episodes thing. Hopefully we'll get a couple up, well, 1 at least, in the meantime.
So yes, there will be plenty of content for you all to consume. Fear not. You'll be fine, I promise. And a promise from Nettle means probably go see a doctor because you're trustworthy a little bit too much there. But thank you very much for joining us today. We will be back in 2 weeks. Remember that. Tempusbe, where can...
Overwatch 2 weeks.
An Overwatch 2 weeks. Tempusbe, where can we find you?
You can find me in the Overwatch menus, ready to play.
With my husband.
Look, he comes to me, okay?
Yeah.
You can find me on the internet at Tempusbe.
2.
No
Bendy?
engine.
Me, I can be found on the internet at Bendy Benz. Yeah.
2.
You'll see her. She'll either be in a lamb costume or a bright red or
Or blue.
or blue. Grey.
Never like this.
No, never like this. You will not be able to understand this at all.
This is the actual cosplay.
Who's this face?
This is the cosplay, yeah.
Yeah. I'll just edit in a little bit of grey when I do this.
Mole person.
And I am Nettlecreates, and you can find me everywhere on the internet, Instagram, Twitter, the like, as Nettlecreates. And together we have been the Unnamed Gaming Podcast, and you can find us on Twitter at Tempus.
T_U_G_P.
Thank you, because I can't do that ever. We are also on...
That is the same on TikTok.
There we go. We are also on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, which, I mean, if you're watching this, you'll be watching it on YouTube. So, yes, and
if you're watching us on YouTube, right? Why don't you just do a little subscription? It doesn't cost you anything. It does look.
Yeah, if you want us, basically what we're saying is if you want more content like the EGX stuff, watch us more, subscribe more, because the more people that like our stuff, the more likely we'll get press passes.
Yes.
And now we're just begging.
Help us to help you. Help us to help you. Bring you this fabulous content.
I'm kind of hoping that there will be another WASD next year for us to go to because I really enjoyed that. So.
But only time will tell. I'm hopeful it looked like it was positive enough. So we shall see. But on that note, I think we'll end it. Thank you very much for coming to watch us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Have fun playing games, everyone. Bye. Bye.
interesting today.
She's given up on that cycle. Somebody will say something and then somebody will say something else, and that's how it works.